Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another card making tutorial. So sorry I skipped a couple of days because I was away at the weekend with the team, so the Poodles team. That's so my upline has a really large team, so we get together as a whole team. So there was 40 of us there, and we were all crafting and having some fun this weekend. So I wasn't able to prep a video for over the weekend, so I'm bringing this one a little bit late. I'd already made my sample, so this was the card that I was intending to film for you and get out earlier this week. And it is so bizarre that this was the card, because while we were away, we had some lovely sister demos give us some little tutorials and some little bits and pieces to make. So we have these, they're called make and takes, and the lovely Helzie did a technique which isn't that dissimilar to this. She called it the colour pop technique. I should say that this is going to be made with Fond of Autumn. Okay, this is what we're using today. And these are the cards that we made with Helzie Lou's instructions. So you'll find her at Slim and Stylish. Okay, she's all over social media. So if you search for Slim and Stylish, you will find her. So the idea was that you would stamp an image, in this case quite badly, but and just colour a portion of it. And in this first example, there's a raised panel. So we've coloured a portion but left some of it black and white, okay, and just add a sentiment. And then we took that further and did some other panels, and I decided to add an additional one on there. So we've got that sort of pop there. And then we did it without adding an additional layer. So we masked off some sections, okay, stamped with different stamps, almost in a sort of retiform technique, and then coloured one of those portions. And then we replicated that without the background stamping for this clean look. And I thought we could use this idea combined with the sample I was originally going to use, and do a bit of the both, really. Okay, also cuts down on the amount of colouring I have to do for the card today, but I thought we would do that. So that was a great opportunity. So this is a brilliant reason for joining. If you are someone who buys Stampin' Up products because you love the quality and the coordination that you get with Stampin' Up products, you should really honestly join. Even if you don't want to, you don't have to demonstrate, you don't have to do videos, you don't have to do any of that. But you get this wonderful community of crafters that get you, and you can share ideas. We have these lovely weekends where we can get together. It's just a no-brainer, and for 99 quid, and at the moment you've got the starter kit plus, don't forget, so you get even more for your money. Pop along to my website, there'll be some links to the joining page there with all the details of what's currently on offer in that starter kit. So you get loads of extra product. So for the £99 you get freebies as a business pack. I'm going to do some stamping while I'm yakking. A business pack, you choose your starter kit. You are not obliged to have any particular products. It is entirely up to you what you include in that starter kit, up to the value that you need to spend. So really well worth looking into. Okay, so I'm going to do my masking with some post-it notes. I'll sort of mask off this sort of wedged portion here, which just about fits with my post-it notes, and we're just going to stamp on this sort of little portion here with a little flower and some memento ink. So because we're using blends and alcohol markers, we want to use an ink that's not going to bleed when we do our colouring. So we need a water-based ink. Okay, So using this mask then to protect the outer portion of the card, and just pop all these little flowers into this opening here. Okay, working my way up the card. Well, it's going to be in the same way, so let's move that round a bit. Let's go that way. So you want different bits sort of poking out here and there, some odd little smaller portions as well, so that you've got that look of a continuous pattern going off the card. We'll get that back out when we do our sentiment, so we'll pop that away just for a sec. Okay, so we've now got that lovely stamped portion. Okay, and actually I think what I might do is leave those masks in place. Could take them away. I've opted not to draw any pencil lines, so I don't have a pencil guide. So there you go. Right, I've just realised I haven't picked up a marker for the centre of these flowers. I'm just going to pick up my crumb cake markers there and just do the centres of the flowers just like I did on this one. So this is going to be quick and dirty colouring. This is not a blending masterclass at all. I'm sure I did unless I just imagined it. Maybe I did. I think I've used this stamp set before to do some just quick squiggly colouring is what I call it. So it's really not anything super special. I'm just plonking some colour on. Okay, there's nothing super special about that. I'm going to go with polished pink for my flowers. I'm going to go nice and bright. Okay, so if you've seen me do colouring before, you'll know that I like to add in, this is so bright, add in these darker portions first. So I'm going to use the lines in the artwork there. Just drop little bits of colour in there. As you can see, I'm taking loads of time over it. You can, of course, work this as much as you want. But for the purposes of today, we just want to get that colour down. And you'll be able to see there that that is by no means pretty at this point in time. So we're just going to go over those now with the lighter marker. Oh, that's so bright. This is really going to be a colour pop. So obviously you don't want to be going out the lines per se, but you know, we're certainly not trying to be super artistic with this. That is not the aim for today. Yeah, this is bleeding over just a little bit. So I just want to be a bit careful. So I'm being a bit lazy here by not taking off this masking. Maybe I should, so it doesn't bleed through the post-it, because it's only thin like paper, isn't it? So it'll just bleed through, which is why I'm just getting that little bit of a line there. Okay. On my original sample, I did the yellow there, which I think was a bit of Daft Delight and so saffron. Actually, I think I used 2 shades to get the differentiation. So we'll keep going around these, and then we'll do the leaves in a similar way. Okay. Using soft succulent is what we're going to use. I like the soft sort of sagey greens with the pink. It's a really nice combination. Just working on some scrap paper so it doesn't bleed through to my desk. So I don't know whether actually, see how bright those top flowers are that I've just coloured, and then it dries back and just comes up a little bit paler. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're kind of a bit alarmed at how dark that is. So we're going to do the same with soft succulent. Drop in our dark colour around the edge of the petals where there'd be shadow, and then into the stems a little bit. So again, we're not trying to achieve a masterpiece at all. And use the light marker just to fill that in. There aren't many leaves exposed actually. Just so happens to be the way I've stamped it. And of course you could just do what I did on the original sample there and stamp the whole sheet and create your background. You could even stamp a large sheet and then cut it down, so you can get 4 full card pieces, card fronts I would like to say, out of one sheet of A4. I need a ruler, that's what I need. Bear with, I've got a little straight rule somewhere. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to pop in the black line here, so that's going to help us cover up a little bit of that sort of ink that's just decided to wander outside that zone there. So this is just black fine line marker, and I'm going to do that a couple of times just to make it nice and bold. It will just, like I say, it will just cover up those little bleed lines that I've got there. So yeah, if you take off your masking sheet, you're not going to get that kind of thing. So that's a really nice bold black statement, and that's nice as it is. It sort of looks like the flowers are sort of emerging from the back, but in keeping with my original sample. And in fact, in when we were demoing with this, we didn't colour in a background at all. But in keeping with my sample there, gosh, the words aren't coming out very well today, are they? Right, just going to go a little bit closer to that line there. So I'm just going to go and just fill that in. It will dry back, so it's not going to show. So I'm actually going to use the light soft sea foam for the background, and we're just going to whiz around the edge of these, you see. So if you go around the edge of your image, and then you can go a bit bonkers when you kind of fill it in, and because it's alcohol based, it will, of course, I'm going to say dry flat, if you know what I mean, without any streaks. So you can go around that try and remember to stop at that line and not get carried away. Oh, this colour combo is cool. I like it. And so I think just adding that colour in the background, totally my personal opinion. You can stop at the white if you wish and leave it a bit more clean and simple. Now I think that colour background just makes it pop even more. Okay, how's about that then? Gorgeous. Don't know what speckly thing. I've got a few speckles on there from something. I don't know whether some ink just, as I took off my lid on the pen, whether it just splattered a little bit, but it's all right. It'll all work out just grand, I'm sure. Now I'm going to stick this onto a card base if I can find my adhesive, which is there. So we'll just put some bits of Stampin' Seal on there. I've chosen a crumb cake card base, sort of nice neutral tone. Okay, and we'll just get that burnished across the top there. And we just need to add our sentiment, which also comes from the Fond of Autumn stamp set. And we're going to just pop that using the Memento Black. There, light tapping on that. This piece of cardstock happens to be 3/4 inch by 3. And I've already lined that up on this lovely little G block, which is super cute. Perfect for these little teeny tiny sentiments. That is so not in the middle. So because we've got 2 lots of cardstock, sorry, 2 sides to each piece of cardstock, we're going to do that again, and preferably get it in the middle. Now, the reason that is done that because I can't get my head right over the top of it, so I'm just going to bring it down here just for a second, just so that I can get my head right over the top of that, and get that a little bit more central, which is something like there. There we go, that's better. So that's the difference that makes. Bring out the little banner. What do we call it? What do you call this? Triple banner bunch, something like that. So that will slot in there, and then we want the fishtail end. Just clip off the ends of that. And again, you can customise this a little bit if you don't want this as quite as wide, because it is only a little skinny sentiment. So if you wanted it a little narrower, you probably could get away with that. Okay. That away. Okay, this is going to be really nice, and I think that's going to really look cute overhanging that pop there like a little bridge. Okay, I'm just going to add some texture with this white frayed ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to cut a length of that off with some scissors over here. And because it's so wide, we're actually going to cut it lengthways for this project. And as the name suggests, it frays quite nicely. Okay, so you can just teasel out some of those threads, oops, and make a mess on your work surface. That's what we can do. We can teasel out these threads. Let's get some of this out of the way. Okay, and I actually found that if I used the little pokey tool here, you could kind of separate those threads a little more. to get that. Oh, just realised I wasn't quite on camera there, didn't I? Okay. So just pulling away at that a little bit, get that loose. Okay, and then if you've got anything like that that isn't coming away, I just cut it off. Must be just the way it's constructed. Okay, so you can add some cute texture with that, and I'm thinking that's probably a little long for the project, but so I need to cut that down somewhat. Yeah. Okay, so we'll cut that down to about there. We can refray that. Okay, it's really cute, dead easy to do. She says, not being able to cut that off. These aren't my ribbon scissors, that's why. You need nice sharp scissors for ribbon. So that's our little piece of that. Which I'm just going to secure sort of temporarily across the back there with some seal just to hold it in place, because we're going to then add on some dimensionals which will just sort of overlap the two there. Like so. Then we can add that to the card. Got no thumbnails, so those are a little bit more difficult than they usually are. Okay. Cute. Don't even mind if it hangs off, actually, it's fine. Straight-ish, something like that. And then we've just got a few little basic pearls which we can add with our take your pick tool. I'm just going to use the little diddy ones to just take those off. Maybe you want like odd numbers of those. Coming through your project. Okay, and that will do. You could add some wink of Stella or something like that. So that is my sort of combo version of those projects. So this was what I started off with, and then I used Helzie's wonderful make and take idea to sort of leap to this, and that combo is so I used a bit of Daffodil Delight So Saffron crumb cake in the centre and Old Olive, and then it's Pool Party in the background on this one. And then this one is again some crumb cake in the centre, polished pink, soft succulent, and then some soft sea foam in the background. So there we go. Hope you've liked that. Do take a look at the links in the description to go along to the website and the joining link there. Have a look at the offer, and I hope that I'm going to see you as part of our team very, very soon. That's it for today. Thanks a lot everybody for watching. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you again soon. Take care.